wonder who will wake him. Bring him to his feet. Speak now or forever.
Good afternoon. I would like to call to order the July 11th, 2024 meeting of the Mayor and Council. I'd like to call on Councilman Carroll to lead us in prayer, followed by a pledge of allegiance. Please stand.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight with humble hearts and very thankful for all the blessings you continue to provide to each and one of us, and especially to our city. We ask that you continue to put your protection on our first responders and to our men and women in the Air Force and military. Be with the citizens, be with us as a whole. Help us do our job well. We ask this in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, do you have time to review the minutes from the May 14th, 2024, May 28th, 2024 special call meetings? Are there any additions or deletions? The minutes are approved by acclamation. All right, this is the part we have citizens to be heard. Portion of the meeting, we ask that you come forward, state your name and address so that we may have that for the record. Our policy requires that you stay under 3 minutes so that others have time to be heard. Please direct all comments to council as a whole and do not attempt to engage individual members of the council in debate. It is the council's policy to follow through with you on your concern. Additionally, we ask that any groups that want to address the council designate one spokesperson to represent the group of their comments and their comments. Again, this will ensure that others have time to be heard. Having said that, are there any citizens wishing to be heard?
Yes, I'm George Boss, line 5004 Oak Drive, Valdosta, Georgia. Mayor and Council, we have 2 radio stations, 105.9 FM and 92.1 that is concerned to some citizens in Valdosta. Not only the black community, but the white community. I was called by a white individual, and he's a professor from VSU. And he didn't ask me for my assistance, but after he explained to me what it was, I had no other alternative but to lend my hand. Things on the morning drive show, and you all frequent that program. You use terms that offend many blacks and white people as well. I want to quote a few of these things that we hear daily. The KKK has been misrepresented. They helped blacks. Blacks were in the Klan. Joe Biden, I'll skip that one, I'm just political, I don't want to get into that. Another one is they need a white man's month because they have a Gay Pride Month. Black people are stupid voters. They don't want white people playing basketball. Basketball is for black folk. Black folk don't want white people playing the game. You can hear this every morning, or something close there too. 105.9 FM Black Pro Media. I have sent each of you all my presentation. I've done 5 videos. I sent them to you all and to the county commissioners. Baseball is for blacks only, in that they talk about turning the flag upside down in justification to prove their point about how America's fallen down because of certain people, certain Americans. They talk about the NAACP was founded by 4 white guys, and they go much deeper than that. I'm not mentioning what they be saying, but it's very offensive, and I just can imagine how outsiders would view Valdosta and Lowndes County when they hear all of this venom, and then you all sit on that station. I can't understand it. And people ask.
When the slave trade was going on I'm talking about early in the slave trade, these slaves were first brought over here to work in the factories in the north. They found out they were too dumb to work in the factories.
And the Ku Klux Klan. The Ku Klux Klan has been made out to be something that it really wasn't. They weren't. They tarred and feathered. They enforced with more whites than they did blacks. It was amazing the money they gave to black universities, black hospitals, brought took food to blacks whose homes had burnt down. Just all kind of things. And I've got pictures of it.
One more thing about the black sport. That they saying now that baseball is for black people and brown people. That black people got no business there. They're not good enough anymore.
All right, interesting perspective.
Later on.
Yeah,
Do you have any idea who founded the NAACP?
I don't off the top of my head, no.
I didn't either. 4 white guys.
Huh.
4 liberal socialists founded the NAACP. And but it's the thing is when you know the backstory about a lot of this, it really changes things.
When the Civil War, when the slave trade was going on I'm talking about early in the slave trade, these slaves were first brought over here to work in the factories in the North. They found out they were too dumb to work in the factories. And I'm not being disparaging. I'm just saying they found out they couldn't work in there, so they said, look, we'll work them in the South like animals. That's about all we can do. Y'all listen, white people are special. I don't give a crap what people say. We're special. We came up with every invention that known to man that helps mankind.
No, wait a minute. There's black people that have come up with great inventions too that have made our life better.
You got to come up with them.
George Washington Carver.
I knew that was coming.
Okay. I mean, that's the easy one. That's the easy one to go to, but there are others too.
The point is, no other peoples in the world ever helped their neighbor except white people. Think about this, y'all.
No, I got to differ with you on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, we need a cult. We need a cult of like rednecks, good, honest people.
Oh, goodness, probably do. Super D, man, it's awesome to hear from you today. Have a great weekend.
Offensive, and I just can imagine how outsiders would view Valdosta and Lowndes County when they hear all of this venom, and then you all sit on that station. I can't understand it. And people are asking me the same question. They're hitting me up on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and my website. Why do you all do that? Also talking about queers are not dangerous. When the transvestites get mad, they kill stuff, the Democrats. Black lesbians hate black men, and queers that promote the crazy lifestyle of perverted display. Black reparations is getting to go to college in America and not in Africa. And they need to stop talking about reparations. Slaves were brought to this country to work in the factories in the North, but they were too dumb. Black folk were too dumb. And that's why they put them in the fields in the South. That is very distasteful. And I think somebody at least ought to look into it. If they don't, y'all need to stop visiting that channel. Thank y'all very much.
Good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Kelly Saxon, 8 Baldwin Place, Valdosta, Georgia. I come before you with concerns, some real concerns that we're seeing more and more in the community. This last week, we had an individual who was holding up this sign asking for assistance for food and has been given 4 citations by the same officer within the last month. $172 a piece for each citation, which equals $688. He has not robbed a store. He has not stolen food. He is simply holding this sign, asking for help. With this, he gives back into the community with the money that he does receive. He goes get a hotel room, gets food, whatever he needs, and able to take a bath. With this, we need to know what are the rules for where people can hold signs, and how can we stop the war on homelessness. We have officers who offer assistance with food and rain gear. And then we have those like the one I mentioned before. We recently had a friend who weighs about 120 pounds, was hit over the head and robbed by a 2x4, had a concussion. He fought hard and had a blade and was waiting for help and someone had called the police, and they called the police, and this gentleman spent 20 days in jail for fighting back and trying to survive on the streets. Between the two school systems, we have 1,100 homeless children between our two school systems in the McKinney-Vento program. So the ask today, and we have literally 100 who are on the street, who are homeless due to rent hikes and life circumstances. The request today is a meeting with mayor and council to discuss the ordinances and guidelines, $495,000 for housing rehab and construction in the Leela Ellis Downtown community, and then also a job fair in the annex for opportunities for the individuals who constantly ask about employment opportunities. So I ask you, what can we do to help resolve this issue and make sure that we have justice for all in our community? Not everyone is on drugs. We have school teachers who have been homeless and in hotel rooms. The hotels are packed with families living there. So I do ask, how can we resolve this issue? We can employ with housing first, offer employment and wraparound services for our citizens who are in need. Thank you.
Kelly, if you don't mind, Chief Manahan can answer one of your questions for you tonight, as far as like where they can stand and not stand. As far as that goes, if you would just hang out afterwards.
Okay, thank you.
The other citizens to be heard.
Good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem, Council. My name is Michael Jetter. I live at 4560 Plantation Crest Road, but I'm also the managing partner of Stoies Downtown with Tim Harris, who's also here. And I wanted to say a couple of words in regards to the ordinance that you're considering regarding the changes of the alcohol permits and such downtown, and the hopefully expansion of our entertainment district and the betterment of downtown. For a long time, we've seen a lot of inactivity downtown. It's had its good times and it's had its bad times and such. We were fortunate to be able to start this business about 9.5 years ago. We'll have our 10th anniversary very soon at the end of the year. And all during that time, we've had all sorts of different customers come in and enjoy premium cigars and pipes and such, and just lounge around and have an enjoyable evening or afternoon. But the most common question that we've had over these 9.5 years is, how come you don't serve alcohol? How come I can't get a good bourbon or a good scotch or something along that line? And then I have to go through this whole explanation of it. And the things that disappoint us probably more than anything is seeing folks come in from out of town. And there are more and more people doing that now. They're staying in our bed and breakfasts, they're staying in our hotels, they're spending money here, and they're coming to a place that they can relax and enjoy a cigar that they might have in another place in their own community. But looking at that, it is something that is offered in so many different places, and so many people love to have those at home when they're enjoying a cigar. So it's a big part of the social part of our business. We are a social business. We're not a bar, and we don't pretend to be a bar of sorts. It's a place where you can come and relax and enjoy yourself. And that we hope that we can be a part of the growth of downtown by giving those folks a better chance to enjoy and relax and see another part of our community and talk to the customers that are there, that live in the community and spend money in the community and tax dollars in the community, and promote our downtown, promote our city and our county. So I appreciate your consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there
Hey y'all, my name is Daniel Bayman. I'm here with the Mackey Good Coffee, which is 101 East Central Patterson. First off, I want to thank y'all for continuing to improve our downtown entertainment district. I think that we have had great improvements over the past decade or two. And I just wanted to, while y'all have time to think before you take a vote on this, I wanted to inform you on our discussions as downtown business owners that currently own restaurants and properties within downtown. We feel that the council has made great improvements through taking baby steps. We feel that the improvement of the open container and being able to walk around downtown is a great step, and we have seen very little negative impacts associated with that. The current ordinance as it presented is very vague on its enforcement and allows for a more open interpretation of businesses coming into downtown. My understanding of noise ordinances within downtown is it begins at 10 p.m. We have concerns, and that's why the majority of the businesses downtown stay open until around 11 or midnight, because we have concerns associated with the ordinances, the close living quarters, the hotels, the bed and breakfasts that are downtown, if we had businesses stay open at a later standpoint and cause noise issues. Also, we have concerns as far as the availability of police within our downtown and the ease of access to a police force or policing if that is necessary. So as Mayor Pro Temp Andy Gibbs mentioned, y'all have the ability to change this ordinance at any time. And in my personal experiences, it's always easier to create limits and restrictions at first versus to reel that back in the future. So just my encouragement as a private business owner, I'm not speaking for the entirety of downtown, but is to do what you've done in the past, take those baby steps, see how that develops, and then take more baby steps. I think we've got a great vision for downtown. I think it's coming along, but it's going to take years to get there. And one wrong step, one wrong ordinance, one wrong enforcement, and to be honest, one bad business or negative experience can set us back from all the progress we've made. So I appreciate it. Thank y'all again for everything y'all are doing. And I appreciate y'all hearing my opinion on this.
Hello, everybody. I'm Christina Chek. I'm the founder and executive director of Sister Girl Birth Initiative. And again, like I did in March, I came and asked for the Valdosta City Council support for Black Maternal Health Week. And I come again to you to hopefully get your support to recognize Black Breastfeeding Week, which is celebrated in August from the 25th to the 31st. And the reasons why are as follows. Valdosta and Lowndes County has an infant mortality rate of 9%. That is way too many babies that are at risk for losing their lives. There are a lot of maternal health inequities which lead to more Black infants being born too small, too sick, too early, and making them more susceptible to health-related issues which cause them to lose their lives or to not have the best trajectory in their health. Also, many Black residents are at risk for high obesity and other nutritional-related diseases and conditions due to the lack of access to healthy food, quality health care, and other essential determinants of health in the communities where Black babies live and are raised. Also, for the breastfeeding mothers, there are countless benefits for breastfeeding, and one of the initiatives for Sister Girl Birth Initiative is to highlight these so that mothers can make the best decisions and have evidence-based information to make the best decision for their babies and also for themselves. So I ask for your support again, like other countless other cities and states across the nation to recognize Black Breastfeeding Week during the month of August, during the 21st and 25th through the 31st, along with Sister Girl Birth Initiative. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other citizens to be heard? All right, seeing none, Turn it over to City Manager's report. Catherine Emmons, Assistant City Manager, will present.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. We have our Main Street Christmas in July, coming up July 13th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in our downtown Valdosta. We have our infamous Battle of the Badges Blood Drive, July 17th from 2 to 6 in our annex multi-purpose room. Love Where You Live Road Cleanup is happening July 20th from 9 to 11. The meeting point is 607 East Park Avenue. The cleanup area we're focusing on is the Marion Street from East Park Avenue to East College Street. We have our 16th annual photo contest awards reception at the Turner Arts Center, July 22nd from 5 to 7. And we have our very well-attended and huge back-to-school community block party on July 27th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at our Unity Park Amphitheater. And at our multi-annex room, we will also be having free haircuts for the young boys this year, so please come out and support.
Thank you, Catherine. Appreciate that. Are there any council comments? Councilman Howard?
As you guys can see, our community is very diverse. That's what makes us beautiful. So there's going to be some decisions that we're going to make that everyone's not going to be happy with. That's just part of what we do. It's optional, racist, or illegal. I mean, there's not enough money to go around for everything. I mean, you pay attention to our budget is very conservative. Price of everything is going up. Whose fault? I'm not saying whose fault it is, but we still have to run this city. And the most important part about our city is our employees. We have to make sure our employees are taken care of. So, making sure you guys have clean drinking water and police and fire. So that's where our main concerns are. But our stretched budget, there's not a lot of wiggle room. So, you guys be an ally to us, and I promise you, we'll try to do everything we can to address all of these concerns.
Yes, we have a lot of citizens to be heard today, and we appreciate that. We need that. Of course, one big thing, appreciate you, Kelly, for coming up. We do have a homelessness issue still, and I know we've been talking about that. I know since I got on council, we've been pushing that. This past month when we were in Savannah, I actually took a couple classes where we were trying to find out some more information and gather just intel on how to help our city. So it's something that we're all trying to tackle. It's a big deal. We gotta keep on trying to keep and help our folks, you know what I mean, and help our community, especially our downtown area. It's affected. It affects our downtown merchants, and we want to make sure that we can everybody can thrive, and we can get folks together. Also, thank y'all for coming.
Any other council comments?
Without objection, Mayor Pro Tem, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Adjourn. Thank y'all for coming.
Leadership Lounge is here. Leadership Lounge is here. Leadership Lounge, they're here for a picture. For Leadership Lounge.
I know everybody's leaving.